ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Pop Culture Junkies. Today I want to talk to you guys about my top 10 Adam Hughes covers. Let's go. Alright guys, so I want to do something a little bit different kind of box opening. I'm not actually going to open the box today. It's already been opened. I wanted to talk to you guys a bit about one of my favorite artists. Usually people show their lists and they brag on their possessions, which is definitely what I want to do, but I also want to give a bit of a retrospective and a history on the artist himself. So to start, I will just tell you that I'm a huge fan of Adam Hughes, and we'll get into the reasons why. And I've been waiting to do this video because there was one book I felt I had to have to get this video done. I finally acquired it, finally got it graded, finally got it back, and then everything acetate gate happened and it put everything on hold before I could get this video done. So now I'm here making it. So Adam has a reputation for being one of the best known and distinctive comic cover artists in the industry. He started with no formal training. His first work was a pinup in Eagle number 6. He later did work at Comico before joining DC as a regular artist on Justice League of America. A quote that's been attributed to Hughes kind of explains some of his philosophy on why he feels suggestive art is more fulfilling than full-on nudity. And so what he said was, "I firmly believe that drawing a fully clothed, beautiful woman is more sensuous than a completely naked laying on a table ready to go in for a CAT scan. I firmly believe that it's what you hint and suggest that is more attractive, and that goes for both men and women. When you go into full nudity and swing for the fences with the nudity, it can be titillating at first, but after a while you get kind of tired and kind of spent and decide, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go and watch the ball game. I think you need to have the mystery and that layer to be peeled away so that the interest remains there." So I've been a huge fan of his. In 1998, he started a 4-year run as the cover artist on Wonder Woman. That's where I discovered him. I was working at Mile High Comics at the time. His art was just different to a lot of the other things that were coming out in the moment. I loved the bold outline and the human poses, and I loved a lot of his expressions that he used in the characters he was drawing. And something in his art just connected with me, right? Like, we all love the artists we love, and for some reason his is what connected with me. So from that moment, when I first discovered him in that time, I decided to start collecting everything Adam Hughes. And up until May of this year, it took me to collect every comic book that Adam Hughes had ever worked on. So in the years following his runs on Wonder Woman, Adam worked for all of the major publishers and a whole slew of independents through the 2000s. He became renowned for his cover runs for Catwoman, Zatanna, Tomb Raider. His style varies from photorealistic to cartoony, but all still with his signature style. In May of 2022, Allison Son, his wife and manager, shout out to Allison, she's awesome. I've interacted with her a few times in social media, and I think a lot of other of his fans have as well. She's pretty active there. But she's an awesome person and super nice when you chat with her. But she said he was no longer producing comics full time, but moved on to doing character design and concept art for Marvel Studios animation. So a lot of the things that we'll be seeing coming in the future on Disney Plus, I'm assuming, Adam will have a hand in designing all of that. So this year, like I said, I was able to purchase my last grail I needed to complete my Adam Hughes collection. I will tell you, from that moment on, I quit collecting everything Adam Hughes because I did it. I've reached the mountaintop, and I just can't do it anymore. I've gotten too wide, and now I got to collect Hughes. I got to collect Momoko. I got to collect Besh. I've got so many of these great artists where I'm collecting all their work. So I reached the mountaintop, and now that I have that grail, I wanted to share with you guys my top 10 Adam Hughes covers. Let's go. So first is G.I. Joe number 2. This is his iconic image with the Baroness from G.I. Joe here. This is the first on my list. Again, these are my top 10s. I just love the pose. I love G.I. Joe, the Baroness. I grew up on this cartoon, and to see Adam do the art was awesome. Up next, we've got A-Force number 1. This is Medusa. I love this art. I love the way her hair forms all these characters in here. Not only because it's art, because with her superpower, like, her hair could actually be forming those characters that form A-Force. So I love this cover. This was a eBay gamble, right? I went out and bought this book on eBay and sent it in and hoped it was going to get a 9.8, and luckily it did. Next is Red Sonia number 8. This is the RRP edition, so it's all red. There is a regular version of this cover that he did. This was also an eBay gamble, guys, but came back in a 9.6, so luckily made it worth my while. Next is Catwoman. This is the headlights cover. There's actually a Harley cover that came out recently where the sign's a little different. Harley's wearing it. Adam did the cover, and I think it says like no boobies if you rearrange the letters on there. But this is the infamous headlights cover from Catwoman number 51. Yet another eBay gamble, right? I bought all these books raw on eBay and sent them in hoping that they would make the grade, and they did, luckily. Dirty Pair is interesting because I know everyone's going to latch on to this big green title card on here and wonder why I bought a green label book on my stream. But it's because this was graded for my PC. I know this was signed by Adam. I was there when he signed it, and I love this cover, so that's why I sent it in. This is for me. I love the Serious Bitches here. Like, I love that shout out back to Serious when the Dirty Pair was on Serious, the comic publisher, and then he's got his signature also here tagged on the motorcycle. So again, one of my favorites for many reasons. This is a really hard to find book, actually, in any kind of high grade. Spider-Gwen number 1. This book, again, another eBay gamble. This one I just barely broke even on, but again, it was worth it. This is one of his most iconic covers. Up behind me, you guys can't see it, but up behind me on my shelf is a short white with the same exact image on it. Just an iconic cover of his, and one of my favorites. This Sally Forth. So this Sally Forth is from Eros Comics. This is an adult publishing group, so you won't find this in the kids section, guys. Everything in this book, I don't know if she has a shirt on for any other part of this book. It is what it is, but it's a great cover. Not a lot of people have it, and not a lot in this condition, right? These old dirty books like this, you don't find them in great condition. So I was really jazzed when I found it, and it's been in my collection ever since. Harley Quinn number 1. Again, one of Adam's probably most iconic covers. This book, if you buy the European version, actually she has like no underwear on here. Like, the DC in America made him add this to this image. This black band didn't exist on the cover. This one was, again, another eBay gamble. So for everyone that tells you, like, if you buy it you can't get lucky on eBay, clearly you can, because I did with some of my biggest grails in this collection, right? I bought a lot of these books raw, sent them in, hoped they'd hit the grade that at least return my investment, as well as giving me a great piece of art. Just remember that when you go out there, like, there's still treasures to find out there that can complete your collection. I think for a lot of us that are collectors, the hunt is one of the biggest parts of it. Last but not least is Red Sonia number 2. So this was the last book I needed to acquire to hit all the key grails. For the big Adam fans out there, I know you're going to want to talk about Rumors and some other indie comics, and yes, they're grails, and yes, I have them, but they are not as important to me as this book. They are work that Adam did, but they're just not, I don't like to look at them as much as I like to look at this. And so this book had been sitting on eBay for a long time, not under $1,000 in any grade, and one came up and it had been signed when it was sent out from the publisher, and I finally pulled the trigger and bought it at about $600. Entirely worth it. Yes, I got a green label for it. It wasn't something I was comfortable sending into CBCS still. I'll take my green label, it'll go on my PC. This is for me and me only. When my wife and kids sell it, they can use this video as provenance that it's my book and I know Adam signed it. But this was the very last piece to make me complete that Adam Hughes collection. All right, so the last book, right? The last book, because I told you the other one wasn't the most important. I said it was the second most important on that Red Sonia. What is the most important one? Well, it is right here, the Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes. This one is one of the first graded comics I ever purchased and that I ever owned. Sorry for the sunlight, guys. But this one is also important to me because I didn't even buy this book. My wife went out and searched for this book for me and bought it for me for my birthday. So for those of you who are wonder, like, can you find the perfect wife out there? Yep, you can, and she'll buy you comic books. She bought me this years ago as I was still on the hunt to collect everything Adam Hughes. And not only did she find like a huge Adam Hughes book for me, but she found it graded in a 9.4, which is pretty amazing. I'm going to give you guys a special hit here. This is just an also ran because I didn't feel this was fair to put in the list. This is a Harley Quinn #1, right? And this is a sketch cover. I didn't feel this was fair to put in the list because it's not like anyone can just go buy this. You can't really hunt for one of these. They come up when they come up, and you can buy them if you can buy them. So this one also makes my list as one of my favorite Adam Hughes covers, but it's really just because it's a sketch cover of Harley. Got this as a great deal on eBay. I think I got it for like $200 all in. And as you guys know, I'm a huge Harley fan, so having a Harley, having an Adam, and having it sketched checks all the boxes for me. Anyways, guys, I want to do this quick video for you. I've been waiting to do this video. I've been waiting for that red Sonia to get it done. So hopefully you enjoyed this content. It was pretty quick. Remember to hit that like. Remember to hit that subscribe. Sorry about all the sunshine and the glare in this video, and I'll see you next time.